there was a kind of a new twist in this IVF, attacker guy. So I don't know if people remember, there was this guy who was a pro-mortalist, essentially a supreme Reddit nerd that said, hey, I didn't agree to be born. I did not consent to be born, so I don't want to be around. I just live in all this. He's like basically the South Park goth kids. But apparently, there's been another arrest. Daniel Yang was taken into federal custody Tuesday at JFK Airport after he was escorted from Poland. Luke.
What?
Law enforcement told the Post. You know this guy? Attorney General Pam Bondi helped ensure Park's extradition this week after she was visiting Poland, where Park had fled 4 days after the attack. Park had been detained in Poland for 2 weeks after Bondi arranged for his return to the United States, bringing chaos and attacks to a facility that exists to help women and mothers, is a particularly cruel, disgusting crime that strikes at the very heart of our shared humanity.
So this is the depopulationist. This is the person that wanted less people around on Earth.
Yes. Apparently, the Washington State native is expected to make his initial appearance in Brooklyn federal court Wednesday afternoon before he's shipped off to California, where he'll face prosecution. Sources say the Post. I'm told, sources tell me that he will face no charges because abortion is widely supported there, and he just figured out a new creative way to abort people before they're born. Park was also close pals with mortalist maniac Guy Edward Bartkus, and said he had stayed with him for several weeks before Bartkus had detonated. I'm guessing that he helped build it. That he helped build the device.
He's charged with supplying
the devices,
some of the materials.
Yeah. He provided the materials to Bartkus, who was identified as the individual who did it. This went away quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
This went away really quick.
I mean, it went away, to be fair, we go through he has to just appear in court several times. So it does, naturally, these things stall a little bit. It sort of, the fact that this is getting coverage is a promising sign for me. I think people will pay attention to this overall.
Yeah. What do you think? Why did you tell him to do this, Luke? I mean, do you think that we're going to see, by the way, this is the second.
You're telling me what to do.
This went away just as quick as that Vegas guy went away too. Pretty quick. The Cybertruck
He went
guy.
away faster.
Yeah, he went away about 24 hours later. They're like, oh, just another soldier with PTSD.
Nothing to see here.
Crazy. Yeah.
Don't look at a signal number changing.
Don't look at his signal number changing after he was dead. Don't look at that.
To everybody. You guys are crazy.
Yeah, stop being conspiracy theorists or I'll have to fire you guys. I don't want to get banned.
Specifically asked us to take off our tinfoil hats.
Yeah. Why do you think
Luke, story? This is such a weird story because I think there's a lot more of these people than we actually know about. I think they're being groomed by a lot of online behavior, and especially the corporate media. If you look at the corporate media, they're always kind of issuing the same tune in large, saying children bad, families bad, and I think there's a possibility that he was inundated with a lot of these kind of radical messages, like we see in Western media, specifically promoting this depopulation eugenics type of agenda that is in play and is being carried out against the people of the world here, especially as visible through the decline of Western civilization.
Are you saying it's possible that it could be a Fed op, curating these Reddits where they're talking about this kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 110%. That's exactly what I'm trying to say here.
I want a Fed who does that to write a book later and be like, this is what my day-to-day in the office was like.
We know that nobody views more CP than the Feds.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
And hosts and
hosts. Yeah.
And host those websites.
Yeah. So, they're just honeypots, Luke.
They do absolutely nothing on Epstein, and they do nothing on all these other kind of predators out there.
How come all 900? How come there were Fed users on 4chan when the 4chan database got hacked? How come there's so many federal government email addresses? How come 2/3 of the IP addresses came out of Israel?
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
You can't ask those questions, Jeremy.
I'm not asking them. Yeah, Hannah Claire is asking for them. I didn't.
Yeah,
she's typing them in the side chat. I don't want to. I was reading it. I was an unwilling participant.
No
Hannah
way.
Claire's.
You're just scapegoating me. Classic Fed.
Yeah, this is a very interesting story that like
Palantir's not going to get you, Hannah. Watch out.
Yeah, I mean, notice how peaceful Mega is, and yet the Democrats painted us. I mean, I don't think this guy. I think the truth is of a lot of these people is they're not Mega or, Democrats. They're just psychopaths. Mm-hmm. Now, the guy, the Free Palestine guy, pretty clearly a leftist. Even he hated the left. The DC guy. So even he hated the left. This guy was, as far as I know, apolitical. Just a psycho. I wonder how many other people were helping him.
And there should be an examination how he got to where he is. And we should be doing everything in our society to try to prevent that from happening. So if you're at the FBI, you're like, okay, who influenced this guy? Who brainwashed him? Why did he become so extreme in his views?
The brainwashing was come from inside the building, Luke. Inside the building.
Yeah.
I think one of the other things is that when the police did a report on this, they basically presented it as like, this is not a systemic threat. This is a one-off crazy person who had these radical views. And now that you're, now that you're arresting someone else for supplying this person with the materials, it would, to me, beg the question of like, do you guys actually believe there is a larger threat to IVF clinics in America over this issue? And I know there are tons of people who are critical of IVF for all kinds of pro-life reasons, but I don't think anyone who is pro-life would encourage the bombing of an IVF where there are embryos.
Yeah.
So
remember the Nashville RV guy? Whatever happened to that guy? Remember
him? It's not a game you could play if you like just naming people who disappeared immediately from any kind of publication.
I mean, didn't he park an RV in the middle of downtown Nashville? Like, was that in Nashville?
I think that was in Nashville.
Or was it in DC? There was a guy that did it in DC too, wasn't there? He had like the thing, stay away, be safe, don't approach. And he was like playing it on a loudspeaker. I forget that.
There was a message saying everyone leave. The area.
Yeah, that was whatever happened to that guy? Somebody should make a yearbook of like, or no, like MTV. Yeah, where are they now? Yeah. RV guy, like I'm curious whatever happened. Like, whatever happened to the Ukrainian recruiter guy in Florida. Whatever happened to that guy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the guy that was sitting in Mar-a-Lago and parked there with a weapon. Whatever happened to his son or his brother-in-law or whatever that had a bunch of CP magically appear on their computer immediately after?
Whatever happened to that Las Vegas guy whose brothers also had a very similar same thing happened to him?
Yeah, his brother also had a hard
narrative like this. You're gonna get us all in trouble with the overlords.
I'm just asking what happened. Hannah,
you're not allowed to ask that. You know better.
I just wanted. Look, you told me to ask. You said something. Hey, whatever happened? I have it on your Signal chat here for today's show. It just says Las Vegas shooter, and then there's like 30 question marks after it.
Yeah.
Classic Fed, framing people, framing the innocent, setting us up for your nefarious behavior.
Yeah, I mean,
the biggest wrong thinker out of all of us, to be honest.
Yeah, and the RV at the AT&T building. Yeah, whatever happened with that? Yeah, whatever happened.
I do think you should make this a book and sell it. Like this is actually a great, like a coffee table book of just like, do you
whatever
remember
happened to that guy? Yeah, like.
Where
what happened to
now?
Anthony Warner? The Nashville bomber. Whatever happened to that guy?